Hey, it's your boy Oakley Shades and Souls, and today we're only going to be talking about why I use Oakleys. Hit me with that new intro. What does HDO mean? HDO means high definition optics. What's with HDO? The reason why you would pick HDO or why you want to have HDO for your eyes is to lessen the stress for your eyes. If you use, like, let's say knockoff glasses, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried it, but if you did, you probably even had headaches after an entire day or a couple hours wearing it. And why was that? Is because when you look at those lenses are bent. Oakley lenses are bent as well, but they've been tested. So Oakley has some tests that they use. One's called a clarity test, one's called a refractive power test, and one is called a Prism test. Now, all these tests are there to ensure that their lenses remain very true to your sight. That means you won't have, your pupils won't have to dilate when they don't have to. Your eye muscles aren't strained or aren't getting tired from adjusting or accommodating your vision. So that's basically what HDO does, adjusting because of vision, how far, how near. And I've actually tried knockoff glasses before, and just from my vision trying to reach something, I thought it was right there at that distance, but it was not. So that's one perfect example of it. So what does polarized mean? What polarized actually does is it filters out the glare from the sun. Not only that, it provides UV protection. Now, mind you, a lot of people or a lot of sunglass companies claim that they have UV protection. Most sunglass companies only cover UVA protection, which is the lower light, I forgot the term, the lower light something, but it doesn't. But just because it covers UVA doesn't mean it covers for all the UV. Oakley tries their best to protect you 100% with all the different UVs associated with light. Like, let's say I was driving and the sun is right in front of me. Guess what? I wouldn't even have to squint my eyes, unlike people I know who I've been in a car with, already wearing glasses and still doing like this, like trying to see where they're at. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are your glasses not working? That's a very big difference. I never have to squint my eyes, especially when one time me and my wife was driving. She was wearing another brand. I told her, why are you squinting? Because I was the one who was driving. She was just a passenger, and yet she was still squinting. I wasn't. My eyes were very relaxed, and I was driving. She even had the freaking visors down because the sun's glare was on her eyes, and she couldn't read whatever. She couldn't see directly what's in front of her. So there's a big difference right there. Me, when I do polarized lenses from Oakley's, nothing. Like, I don't have stress on my eyes when I wear them. So again, Oakley does these tests. They do have the high mass and high velocity test. Now, if you are an athlete, like let's say for cycling, but not only that, I mean even for running, or let's just say you are working in a mechanic shop and some high velocity or high mass object hits you, yes, your face is gonna get busted, but at least your eyes aren't gonna be jammed, or you won't lose your eyesight. Here are some examples. Now we've done HDO, we've done polarized. Now we just finished impact protection. And now to Oakley's most recent claim to fame is Prism lens. Or how is Prism lens different from polarized lenses? So again, polarized lenses simply means protection from the glare and UV, right? Prism has that. Prism, when you say Prism, it doesn't mean it doesn't have polarized lenses. They do. What Prism does is specifically enhances color and contrast, and also Prism comes in different types. So it works best for sports and activity specific aspects when you're talking about the lenses themselves. So what sport specific Prism glasses or Prism lenses am I talking about? So we have Prism Snow, we have Prism Trail for mountain bikers, we have Prism Road for cyclists who mainly rides on the road. We have Prism Field for baseball players. They got Prism Water, or I think Prism Deep Water for fishers, so they could see the fishes clearly underwater, or the rocks or the stones underneath the water, where it filters out the glare, but at the same time be able to see the objects underneath the water because of the contrast that the lenses have. So I know it's kind of hard to understand, but just bear with me. I'm really trying to explain this as best as I can. So when you say Prism Field, or if you're a baseball player, so the contrast between the green and the brown separates. Same with golf, Prism Golf, the green and the brown separates. The white, because the ball is white, you can see it more vividly. So when you talk about Prism Trail for mountain bikers, you're talking about lenses that the dye on the lenses are specifically made for you to see under a lot of overcast, or under a lot of shadows, because when you're in the mountains, you know there's going to be a bunch of trees up there, so that's specifically made for a shadowy area. And that's why most of the trail, if not most, all of the trail Prism lenses are light, and so light can actually go in, but at the same time still be able to protect your eyes from specific glares, and at the same time enhances the contrast of colors that you see in a trail environment. So for the road, when you're talking about Prism Road is for cycling, it's best if you use Prism Road if it's for wide roads, especially here in the US, and if you know for a fact that there's not going to be an overcast or dark murky environment, or the day is just going to be pretty bright. So that's the use of Prism Road. But if you ask me personally, if you're a cyclist, especially in the Philippines, I know there's not a lot of wide roads back home. There's congested roads, and then there's going to be buildings around. I would actually suggest not buying Prism Road, but instead buying or using Prism Trail. My dad is a cyclist, and I know if I think I've already given him both, like Prism Road or Trail. I'm not sure, but I'd have to ask him. Also, there's some Prism Snow where it enhances the contrast between the whites, the blues, the orange. Man, that Oakley has just done it, you know, like they've studied the eyes, the environment for specific sports, and that's the reason why I use Oakleys. If you ask me why I buy Oakleys knowing they're expensive, I'm like, why do you buy glasses that you're paying just because of the brand name when it can't give you the same protection and the same use as my Oakley does? You know, you tell me. I'd rather spend my money on something that's already been proven, already been tested. Yes, style and fashion is one reason why you buy, but hey, me, I would rather buy something that still has style and fashion, but at the same time protects my eyes, doesn't strain my eyes, doesn't add to the stress of my eyes, and has impact protection. Because I don't know, whenever some shit hits me in my eyes, I'd rather have my eyes be protected, man. So there you have it. There's a quick, well, it's not really quick. I'm sorry if I made it too long. I'm really trying to make you guys understand why I pick Oakley's other than any other brand. Not trying to influence you, but just giving you the facts. Alright, so we've done talking about HDO, polarized, impact protection, and lastly Prism. So when we talk about HDO, again, this is just in summary. HDO, most, if not all, most of them have HDO optics. Polarized, not all Oakley lenses are polarized. You could choose between regular, polarized, Prism, and Prism polarized. Regular is the cheapest. Polarized is next to being the cheapest. And then Prism is more expensive than polarized, basically. The reason why not all Prism lenses are not polarized is because some sports specific glasses makes it dangerous for people to actually have polarized lenses while being on those sports. Example is Prism Trail. They don't have trail lenses, doesn't have polarized in them, for the reason that if you already know you're in a shadowy area, you put polarized in there, it's gonna be even darker. Excuse me. And lastly, Prism polarized. Well, that's the most expensive lens. So, knowing what you know now, and why I pick Oakley's other than other brands, are you guys still buying a different brand of shades or sunglasses? That's up to you guys, man. And me, I'm sticking with mines. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.